Round 10 of the season, and it takes us to a new challenging circuit that will keep even the best drivers on their toes. Welcome, it is the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and it is going to be a wild one tonight. If you don't know a lot about the track, I'm going to introduce you to a little bit about the track, and we're going to have Sober David take us through a lap around.
Welcome to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. .8 miles and 3 straights. A good place to do some sightseeing at around 210 miles per hour. 17 corners should provide plenty of interest and lots of overtaking with 2 DRS zones.
All right, there's a lap around the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Beautiful scenery, but don't be tricked. It is very difficult to get around here. I think we're going to see, man, we already see some cars getting damaged out there, having some trouble. It's very slick, and we also have some help out here in the booth. RC Action, how you doing tonight?
Frozen, it's time for a little gambling. It's going to be a great day for racing.
I think so. It's going to be our first time racing here. I can tell you it is slippery. Some of these drivers are talking about how they will be staying away from the soft tire compound. It's just so intense on how much they wear and how quickly they wear that most of these drivers will be on the mediums, and from what I'm understanding, the hards are not too much better. So we'll see what happens with it. But Jacob, fastest on the board with a 1:33.4, and we're going to have Kerr, who's going to jump that with a 1:32.4, and that is around the lap times that we were seeing. In fact, it's going to match the lap times we were seeing in practice. So very quick times out there. The top 3 is going to be in the 1:32s. Ferrari Nut, it's Z46, and then Jacob is going to lead the 1:33s.
Well, I can already tell you who's going to start 17th, Frozen, and that's going to be Mayor of Bag City. He is out of this session already.
Oh, man. So unfortunate. He was one of the faster ones in practice, so I know that is not something he was looking forward to have. It's not something he wanted to happen, obviously. So, man, brutal for him, but we'll see what happens. I think tonight is going to be an issue of not so much penalties. We will see, I think, some penalties heading into pit lane. We have to get those cars woed down, and there is a little bit of an S-curve there. I know it caught some of these drivers off guard as the speed trap for it was a little bit before they thought. So that's going to be an issue there. But most, I think, of what we're going to see tonight are safety cars. See what happens with it.
So, out of turn 2, that's where I see a glitch soft tire. So I'm going to assume that's what where Mayer hit the wall and is no longer in the qualifying. But a lot of sweeping turns on this track, so make sure you don't just overturn it and let it hit the wall or any of that. So let the car get into the track, let it flow. Don't let it just I want it this way. Let it flow through the corners, especially on these high-speed corners that we got today. And of course, the Las Vegas Strip, a full throttle, pegged out straightaway. Whoever's sitting there behind you is going to have a better time going down through there, especially with the RS tonight.
Oh, absolutely. We have the sphere that we're going to see out here, but man, take a look at that scenery. How cool is that? Love the night track here. So awesome, but take a look some of these corners. Just very tricky. That is in sector 3 right there. A little bit of a chicane, and he's going to come around, make a left-hander. And right there is going to be the start-finish line. A very, very short straight as we head into the first corner, and that's going to be a very ranging turn to the left and then the right, and then we're going to have another straightaway. There's going to be 2 DRS zones that these guys can maneuver and try to make a pass at.
Around those last 2 turns, it's very important that you let your car, like I said earlier, push out to the opposite side of the track, but you don't want to overdo it. And especially right now, the corners that Polish have gone through just now, you got to set those up because you got a quick left and a right-hander right after one of them big sweeping turns. You're going to have issues if you don't nail it right. And with it, when it comes to older tires, Frozen, it's going to be a lot harder to brake. And hello, runoff area. I'm here because I didn't brake soon enough.
I agree. I mean, you absolutely have to nail the first part of these corners. If you don't, as you said, RC, it's just going to mess up the remainder of that corner. And then you're going to have terrible momentum coming off onto the straight. And that is where a lot of these guys are going to make those passes. So if you do not nail that and get a great exit, I mean, you might as well just know that you're going to lose a position or two because it is so imperative that you nail that coming out of there. And that is another tricky spot in Sector 1. We just saw Z46 go through that, a nice little S-curve or a chicane, however you want to call it. But man, it can be extremely difficult, especially on those worn tires. We're going to see a lot of tires lose grip and some possibly some cars spinning out, I'm afraid to say. A lot of damage, some DNFs tonight. So they have their hands full. But Maddie, you guys in chat, what's up? Snow Leopard, Chloe, how are you guys? I hope you're doing well. It's going to be a crazy race tonight. First time here, and it's going to be in Season 7.
17 turns makes this track, and a total of 25 laps will be ran tonight. Oh, a 6.120 kilometer track in length. And let's see, this is the first time we've been here, so we ain't got any SnB stats right now. But 135.490 set by a McLaren in the real life race last year. Let's see if anybody can beat that. I got good intuition that we will, but you never know until we get it done.
I think so. Right now we're on Suspect Rogue. He changed his name on us. Normally he was just Rogue, but now it's Suspect Rogue. And here he is making his way around. You can see just how slippery it is as he makes his way out of the exit. We have a caution turn 1 that quickly disappeared. But man, you can see these nice wide corners. And then you're just going to have these extremely difficult, sharp entries. And that right there is a turn where a lot of these drivers will have an issue. You take that a little too wide, you're going to have that right side tire and wing hit that outside wall. And that is going to mean trouble for these drivers.
Justin sitting in the runoff area letting these cars by. is the reason for that. As Ferrari nut, surprisingly, not really, 132, 186 takes the lead.
186, and that is going to be the fastest time that we've seen so far out of practice and qualifying. With just under 8 minutes left on the clock, he will be sitting pole so far. We see if that remains, but Maddie, 25 stream streak. How about that? It's crazy. She says, scared to see how this race plays out. I'm a little nervous, I won't lie, but man, it is absolutely stunning here. The lights and just everything going around. So narrow. That's going to be another issue. I mean, there's nowhere to make a mistake. You make a mistake and you're hitting someone or a wall. No getting around that whatsoever. And as you see Justin making his way around that left and right-hander, you can see, I mean, these walls, some of these guys are going to get just an inch or two off of the wall. And when you're cutting it that close, racing against somebody, mistakes are going to happen, and it's just, when is the one that is going to take you out of the race? So I feel like we are going to see some issues with drivers DNFing and, like I said, some safety cars. We'll see how many drivers can finish, but unfortunately, at the start of qualifying, Mayor of Bag City is already a victim of this track.
Yeah, and right now, Leaf Justin has just entered the section of my most concern. In the first, second, even the third turn, and down like the straightaway, there you can pass. It's a very pass-friendly zone. You do have to watch out for cars, kicking it too wide into wide situations. You don't want to get ran over by the car on the inside of you. But of course, the strip, and then the little straightaway that goes into turn 17 and down the front stretch into turn 1. Very friendly passing zones, but you got to get it right. You got to get it right on every corner. Make it happen. Can't sit by and just let it go through. You're going to have to get it done.
Oh, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how these guys make it through here, but you see we're on board Bloomy as he is going to go around that left-hander and go past that start-finish line. A lot of drivers making their adjustments in pit lane, trying to get their final laps out here. We're on with Bloomy, and he's going through that first straight in Sector 1 and headed to that right-hander, and that's going to be one of the trickier turns that we're going to see. I know Justin, he was saying, that's one of the spots that I have a problem with. It's tricky to get through here with all the different angles that you have to absolutely nail. So 6 through 9, that's going to be an issue spot, and you can see it is very twisty, absolutely.
There's Hokey losing it, but yeah, that turn, that right-hander is where everyone's going to end up having to say, okay, enough side-by-side. We're going to have to go single file because there's no way through that little section of track right there you're going to go too wide. I'm sorry, I don't care if you're whoever. You just, it ain't happening. So for all the drivers, by that right-hander, going to have to get in single file line.
Yeah, I agree. We saw a curve right there, making it through a left-hander, just narrowly missing that wall. I don't know how these drivers get so close to it, but take a look. It's Z46, a 131.6, and that is going to be a new record as far as tonight goes with the fastest lap, and that's going to put him on the pole. See if anyone else can make it happen. We do have a caution in Sector 3, but man, you can just tell through these corners. It's just so extremely difficult and technical. There is no chance of a mistake without doing some damage to your car or DNFing. So I'm really hoping we get all these drivers finishing tonight. Fingers crossed for these drivers, but man, what a great but challenging track.
It's going to be fun. But if you're the pole sitter, I hope you're not in first person mode, because that was something that I noticed. I could not find the starting lights because I drive first person mode now. So whoever's on pole, I hope you're not driving in first person mode, because you won't be able to find the lights if you ain't got them digitally on the thing like I do. But yeah, TV camera mode for everybody, please.
We'll see how he does. Kerr is going to be the next driver, 132.148. And we're going to have Ferrari Nut with a 132.186. So extremely fast. Very close in time, but just under 3 minutes left in qualifying. Any final changes, these guys are going to have to get it in and get out there to make a lap. Polish Hammer goes to P4, 132.4. Justin in 5th. Jacob is going to have the 6th fastest time, with Bloomy in 7th. Sober David in 8th, and that's who we saw riding on board for his lap through Las Vegas. Skyland in 9th, JC in 10th. Hokie Fan so far with a 134.2. Oh no, it's Shames in 12th. 13th is J Mac Attack. Dion in 14th. Suspect Rogue 15th. Rattly Bacon, this will be his second race with us. He is in 16th currently. And Slurp just managed to get in. I just saw him in Discord, told him to get in chat, and hopefully they can find him a spot, and we'll see if he can get a lap time in.
Interesting to see how this race start is, because like we mentioned, we're going to have to go single file by the time they get down to that one right-hand turn. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to give early and who's not going to give early. I think this track is it's going to be very interesting on the start frozen, just for the fact that you can go a few turns too wide.
You know, what's interesting is I mentioned a little bit, but usually this front stretch is quite a bit longer at these tracks, and this is just most definitely a very short front stretch. You see Justin making his way through here, and then all of a sudden it just turns again. So I'm kind of wondering, will that affect these drivers at the start? Will it hopefully slow them down a bit so that they don't make any mistakes coming through that first corner? Or is that just going to cause more chaos?
The driver's perspective really doesn't matter, because when you're going down the stretch and you take the strip and you take that left right-hander, and there's that little straightaway where the pit entrance starts to where you go into it, they treat that turn 17 as it's a full throttle straightaway anyway. So it's not like I got to slow down a little bit. They can take that curb and run it if they so choose, as long as they don't get all 4 tires out of the racing surface. So to me, as far as the way I was driving it in the past few weeks, you can run that curb, you can run it straight out, nothing really different of it, just there's a slight little turn there. We won't call it turn 17, even though it's really turn nothing.
It's kind of a little bit of a kink. Kind of reminds me of Road America, where in some of these vehicles you can go full throttle, but this one most definitely you can. So good point there for sure. Z46, as Mehdi says, he was absolutely flying. He has a 131.6, and Ferrari Nut is going to answer with a 131.7, so he's directly behind there. A lot of these drivers have completed their qualifying time and are set in their place. Stacko, what's up? How you doing out there? I hope you're doing well. I'm kind of curious. Are we going to see Z46 hold on to that? Ferrari Nut. Kind of curious if he will. Yeah, he's going in, and we've seen a lot of trouble. We just saw him kind of loop it around going into pit road, and that would be the second time that I've seen him do this. So I'm kind of curious if that will happen during the race. He's going to have to try to get that car woed down without looping it around.
Well, if there was anybody that was going to beat 46's time, it was going to be either Ferrari Nut or Polish. One's in the pit, one's already done. So it's safe to say that he's locked up the pole.
I think so. Ferrari Nut, I was curious if he's going to make another lap, but no, he decided to bring it in. So I think the pole is secured with its Z46. Is that the first pole that he's had with us? He is a newer driver out here, and he's just done a phenomenal job.
It might be. I'd have to go check.
It's either the first or second.
Last?
Yeah.
I want to say it's first. I'll have to go back and double check. But 46 on top with a 131. So softs are done for the day. Let's see what the mediums and hards can bring to the race.
I want to say softs are done for the day, but you know, as soon as we think that, there's always at least one driver that just sneaks in there with the softs. But I agree with you. I don't see anyone going out there on this track with softs. I mean, the tire wear off is just too big, too quickly to try to go out there and do anything positive with them for long distance. So I think we're going to see some drivers. Most of them probably start off on mediums. Possibly some on hards. We'll see what they do. But Z46 will be on pole with that 131.664. Ferrari Nut in second with that 131.741. So great job to these guys. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm all of the feelings as we head into the formation lap and start this race here at the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
I've been waiting for it. Now it's here, and here in a few seconds it's going to be over, because that's just how F1 races go. So enjoy it, soak it in, gamble away, do what you need to do, because it's Vegas and we're going racing on the streets.
Absolutely. These guys are getting ready. It'll be great to have Slurp out here. I did not see him obviously out in practice, so I'm curious if he's been able to make any laps before this race and how he's going to do. Maddie says, good luck, everyone. I'm nervous. Can you imagine being these drivers? Man, the nerves going into this race and keeping off of each other. It's just so incredibly narrow, and you have that sharp corner headed into the first corner. And I feel like I say that every single race, but the first corner, they really just hand it to them and say, you know what, we're just going to give you a very difficult corner here. Throw it in there, first corner, and we'll just rip the Band-Aid off. But these guys are ready for their formation lap as they get going around.
Just curving off to the right when you're looking down the front stretch. That's just awesome. But 46 coming around, and of course the big story is going to be Mayor Bag City starting P18. Obviously not the qualifying that he wanted to happen, but I think he can always bring himself back up to a points day. The question is, how many passes can he get done throughout the first 3 or 4 turns before he gets to this right-hander? How many places has he grabbed, and then what's his strategy? I think that's going to be the play for Mayer tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, qualifying is so critical here, and with him not being able to get that lap in that was needed, starting in 18th. Another thing, you're going to probably race a little bit more aggressive, and you can't do that here. There's just no room for forgiveness, and so I feel like with this race, slow and steady is better than fast and into a wall. We'll see how he does here. Very, very talented, as you said. He can get it done, but it's just going to be extremely difficult. I think what will help him, though, is those safety cars. Repeat. He says, let's take these things.
At least one.
I think so. Repeat saying, let's take these things to iRacing Super Speedway. Can you imagine? That would be insane.
Well, let's say these things have been to Watkins Glen. They've been to the Indianapolis Road Course, obviously COTA. So that's at least 3 racetracks that F1 has raced on throughout the years in the United States as far as NASCAR is concerned. So, yeah, interesting that, you know, we got a Vegas race now. We got a Miami and a COTA event in the real life schedule. So, yeah, F1's really popping off.
They sure are. Absolutely. Z just flew into his box and have to get him back in there. Getting ready for the lights here at the Las Vegas Grand Prix. The scenery. I want to see a picture of the sphere from the top. I want to see that face, but so far we've just seen the bottom of it. Quite a few drivers. All right, as we get these guys lined up. Yeah. Lights on here, and they're getting ready to go out. Here we go, Las Vegas Grand Prix, and we are off. See how they head into the first corner.
Terrible start. He just did not get going when everybody else did, so he's going to drop a couple of places.
Ferrari Nut goes straight to the lead past Z46. Polish Hammer is going to gain a spot. He moves up to third. Kerr goes down to fourth, and we have some movement. JC going to pass up Leaf Justin. These guys are already in battles.
Wow. What type of passing we got here? As we already got a caution.
Do have a caution, but it is cleared up.
Oh.
Take a look at that train. We have these two drivers, teammates. 6th and 7th, Jacob and JC doing a fantastic job for McLaren out here. Just take a look at these lines. That will never get old seeing that.
Well, you know, that right-hand turn, I said everybody needs to get in a straight line. Well, obviously Dion and Rogue did not get that memo because they went too wide through that turn. I was sitting there holding on just for dear life for both of them, but they made it through. So just don't keep doing that unless you want to watch from the sidelines.
You know, I was talking about the chaos heading into turn 1, and I said, you know, there might be some chaos going through the middle of the field, and Dion said, it'll be chaos in the back. Just you wait. And, you know, he said it right there. Everywhere you look, it's going to be chaos heading at the start of the race. It's just how it is. Everyone trying to go for those spots, trying to get that car. Oh no, it's Shames. He's going to make a move over Dion, but Dion has his nose out. There we go. Shames gets it secured. Ferrari Nut with the fastest lap, 140.2, and he is already almost putting that gap to a half a second with Z right behind him. Teammates Z46 and Polish, 2nd and 3rd.
That fresh air for the leader, it makes a huge difference as Slurp gets past Kerr for 4th place.
First race for Slurp here in SnB. He's racing in Red Bull right past Kerr, and
Williams.
Polish going for a pass, unable to secure it just yet. These two battling for position. Williams out here just in the fight, and that gap has increased to just over a 1.5 seconds between Ferrari Nut and the rest of the field.
Knock, knock, Williams. Here comes Slurp. He's gaining.
I know these guys were running practice laps together, so I know they have some time put in on the track running together. We'll see if they're communicating out here. Hokie fan, 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. See how many of those that these guys get. These three just absolutely on top of each other.
This is the type of train I've been talking about, has been this right here. And if they hold out to what I've been seeing throughout the events that I've been holding on the side, is we're going to have 3 or 4 laps of this to continue.
Ferrari Nut, another fastest lap. Meanwhile, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th just on top of each other. Take a look. Polish Hammer goes into 2nd. Man, great move by Slurp. He's going to secure that 3rd spot, and Z46, he's going to fall back to 4th. Loses 2 spots in just a short time. Great start.
Up there next to your car in front is going to be very important. Now the problem with Polish is he's going to have to gain on Ferrari Nut. Will that happen? I don't know, because that fresh, good first place air makes a big difference. So he's going to have to defend all the way down this back stretch on the strip.
Our
already making a move.
Yeah, here he goes. He's saying, you know what? First race, I want to go for P2, and off he goes. How about that? Great job for him and our top 7 guys on those medium tires. Meanwhile, I always tell you guys, we have at least one driver that sneaks in a soft tire, and that is going to be Sober David out there sitting P7. I am a little concerned about his tire wear, how he's going to feel later on in the run. We're just lap 3 of 25. That tire wear is going to start to be felt very shortly.
Now, here's going to be the big challenge for Slurp, is going to be, can he defend going down this DRS once he makes this right-hand turn?
Definitely interesting tire strategies. J-Mac is not on board with his car. There's going to be AI racing. Hopefully J-Mac can get back in, and we were talking with him. He's got the worst luck on here. Just random disconnects. Skylin. Safety car is out. It involves Skylin. Not quite sure what happened. We need those replays, please. But you can see his car back there facing the wrong way, and he is out.
And a lot of debris sitting there, too. Unfortunate, but that's what happens with street circuits. Frozen, they'll bite you. Even if it seems like an easy one like Australia, it'll still bite you. So,
Yeah.
Unfortunate night for him and the Ferrari team. But they still got some points, hope, as Mayer has made his way to 9th place to this point.
See if we can get Skylin in and talk to him. See if we can find out a little bit what happened. Sky, it's Eliza in the booth. How you doing?
You're not allowed to wreck now.
Do you have a copy
It's
out there?
actually illegal.
All right, Sky. We saw that you were out of the race. What happened with you? I have a feeling he's got me muted from all the broadcasting I've done over the years. RC, ask him what's going on with him. What happened?
Alan, you got a copy.
I just hit the Xbox button and noticed that my Discord window looked funny.
Tell him he's got me muted.
That's not how that was supposed to go, but I can't say I'm surprised.
You have Frozen muted.
Why would I have Frozen?
From all the broadcasting I've done. Anyway, go ahead and ask him what happened with him throughout the
What
first
happened
DNF.
with that wreck? Skylin?
Going through turn 2, the way the balance of the car was, and I didn't have any time to adjust it to fix this. If you give it too much gas too early, it'll start to slide the back, but you don't have any room to correct the car and get it back under control. I learned in practice, if I jump out of the gas and it power slides there, it will just snap. So I tried to keep my foot in it a little bit and hoped that it would do a slow power slide back straight, and it didn't. It snapped. So basically, if you get off the gas, you lose. If you get in the gas, you lose. If you drive this track, you lose.
All right, well,
But
you heard it there.
I'm not surprised.
Sky, I don't know if you can hear me, but sorry to hear about your race. Man, unfortunate to see.
It is what it is. I was bound to have at least one of those this year, and I gave myself 25 minutes to get used to this track, and street circuits are too treacherous for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is a very technical track, and with how slippery it is, it's bound to happen. And I think we're going to see a few more of DNFs tonight, unfortunately. But Sky, you were rocking it out there. The safety car, hopefully getting ready to go back in, and we'll go back to racing. But next week we'll see you out there, Sky, hopefully, and you'll have a good race.
Yeah, that's the hope. I don't actually remember where next week's race is.
Spa.
I probably won't wreck there. I don't know that I'll do well, though.
Well, hopefully you will do well.
I
All
will
right.
cross my fingers.
Indeed. I'm going to put you back down there, but thanks for chatting with us for a sec, Sky.
Yeah. Have a good race, guys.
All right. All right, that was Skylin. Unfortunately, our first DNF of the night. Our first safety car is out, and JC is going to go in the lead with Leaf Justin in second, Slurp in third. Tires, I want to see here. Yeah, our first two drivers did not go in, RC. The remainder of the field, most of them went in except for Hokie, who's only on 4-lap-old tires.
Yeah, I mean, 4-lap old tires with a couple of safety car laps in. I mean, it's not ideal time to pit. I mean, I understand why the drivers did. I mean, especially Leaf Justin, he's got some a little bit worn hard tires on, so he should be pretty good. But for JC, I can see where the concerns lie with him not pitting, but like I said, it's still 6 laps in. I don't think there's too much to be concerned about other than just longevity of those tires.
Suspect Rogue, our second DNF of the night, and it's under safety car. Not quite sure what happened. Again, bring us replays. Morgs, what's up? Hope you're doing well out there. JC leading in the field. We've talked about tires being an issue. Yeah, poor Rogue. But we were joking in practice, everyone's saying, you know what? Whoever DNFs, bring them all in the booth. And I said, that's probably going to be a very crowded booth by the time this race is over. They wanted them all to just be part of the broadcast group. So, yeah, that would be very, very interesting. RC, are we going to go back to green this time, you think?
I think the safety car is going to stay out. It's just now going into the final few turns. So one more lap of a safety car. I think they were letting Dion catch up, which I think he's caught up to the field now. So, well, as I say something, the safety car decides it's going to come in. So here we go.
I kind of was hoping that it would go back to green. We are back to green here. JC leading the field. Justin right behind him. And take a look at this line. We already have some passes being made, and Slurp is going to be in third. Polish Hammer is going to be in fourth. Jacob Kerr in fifth. They're going awfully slow. What am I missing here?
Honestly, it said safety car in this lap, but the safety car is still on the track.
I don't see the safety car. Oh yeah, it's way up ahead. I think the game is glitching out, you know? All right. Let's see if we can get Rogan.
So this might be a manual safety car.
It's very possible.
No, the lights are still flashing yellow. Huh.
You know, they always make it interesting with this game. It's pretty wild. All right, Rogue. Do you have a copy? It's Eliza in the booth. See if we can't get him right now. Oh, he says in chat, I hit the brakes to make a turn and it just went straight and slammed the wall, destroying the front end. So that answers that. We were going to get him in the booth here. I think he's got a copy now. Rogue, yeah, how is this track? I know lap 7 of 25, not the way you wanted it to start off.
Yeah, no, where do I begin on this? Honestly, I'm just dumbfounded because of what happened.
Very difficult, very slippery track here, and you're saying it's the brake issue. You try to go straight and slam the wall. It's just so easy to fishtail in these cars on this track, and yeah, unfortunately, a DNF. It would be nice if they gave you one free repair, just, fix it up and get back out there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, like I was on the catching up to the queue, and then I had to hit the brakes, and I think it was turn 3 or whatever. I don't know. It was one of those sharp ones, and it just continued going straight, and I'm like, what the heck? And then next thing I know, bam, DNF. I'm like, well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate to see. Next week we're headed to Spa, though. Do you have a lot of experience there?
No, no. Like I said, I'm a first timer at F1, so this is, like I said, I'm learning as I go.
Like I've told you though, for just learning, you're doing a fantastic job. So I give you huge props for that. These guys look like they're back to racing though. So appreciate you talking with us, Rogue, and we wish you a ton of luck next week.
I appreciate it. I'll see you then.
All right, Rogue, take it easy.
Yeah, have fun.
All right, that was
Wing
Rogue.
damage for Leaf Justin coming out of the turn 1. I guess he hit the wall, but that far right wing has been damaged on that Aston Martin.
You can see it missing right there. Unfortunate. And I know I've asked this before, but for those who are newer, how does that affect your steering? Does it really affect a lot? How is he feeling out there on track?
So, at a track like, let's say Silverstone, it messes with it a little bit. But once you're sitting on a street circuit like Las Vegas, it's going to hurt you a lot. Even that little bit on a main circuit like France or China, it's not going to hurt you that bad. But because it is a street circuit and we got a spinner.
Oh,
46
caution.
spun it.
Justin involved in that one also, not going to help him out. Z46 back in 13th. Meanwhile, his teammate for Williams, Polish Hammer, he is leading the field, and a couple of the drivers who were on older tires. Yeah. Z46 is falling back here.
Wing
Little bit of
damage on that
damage.
Williams as well.
Yep. Kerr is going to make a pass over JC, who did not go in. I do believe he was the one that did not go in. So, yeah, eight lap old tires. He's starting to fall just simply due to having those older tires. It's just the wear on this is absolutely incredible. But Polish out in the lead, 0.2 in front of Slurp, who is his very first race out here, and he's already putting the pressure all over Polish. We'll see if he can't make a move to the front.
But wing damage, going back to that topic, on street courses, it's very vital that you keep that front wing taken care of, because even on the circuits like Silverstone and stuff, that little bit of issues that you might have with the front wing and losing the turning radius and everything to that car is 20 times worse on a street circuit, because you've got no room. And if you got no room, that means you're going to say hello to the wall very hard.
So unfortunate. I can absolutely see that you just have to nail all of these, and you have to have that turnability. If you don't, we'll see what happens.
We go
Take
three
a
wide.
look.
Come on, guys, let's go three wide.
I don't know about that. I don't think that we would want to see that here. These guys are just on top of each other. Ferrari Nut was closing in on our second place also, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But take a look at this battle. Jacob leading this, and Ferrari Nut with the fastest lap. We're going to have Mayor of Bag City try to sneak in, see if he can try to make up into that fifth spot. Unable to do so, did not have the momentum needed. But we are still off and running here.
From 18th to 6th and 10 within the 10 lap mark. I think I'll take that if I were mayor. But I know he's wanting to dig for more points, especially since his teammate's DNF. But this is going to be a little good battle here in this McLaren sandwich here.
Lap 10 in our third safety car. Hokie Fan, our latest victim, and Radley Bankin incurs a 3-second time penalty. Man, a wild race indeed, Maddie. Polish is going to be leading under safety car. Slurp in second. Ferrari Nut in third. Kerr is going to be in fourth. Jacob, he's in fifth. And in sixth, we have Mayer, who, as RC mentioned, has made up some serious positions. Doing a fantastic job out. And if you guys noticed, when I was on board with him, he looked out once again to try to make a move and decided better of it. He does not need any damage. He wants to keep that car intact so that he can make something happen up front, and doing phenomenal at it so far.
Sitting here and I'm looking at the safety car. This helps two people. This helps Justin and 46 catch back up, because that was about a 20-some gap difference. So for them, they get to catch up as we see the majority of our leaders go down pit road.
They go down pit road. Should we get Hokie in here and just see what went on with him? We'll try to see if we can have a chat with him. Hokie Fan, it's Eliza. How you doing?
Good, but let's go get some Chick-fil-A now.
What happened with you out there that brought out the safety car?
Kept bouncing off the wall, and then my car finally had enough damage to where it wrecked myself.
A very technical, difficult track. How was the braking for you? Any sliding around for that?
If I'd practiced, it probably would have done a little bit better, but overall, it's all came down to no practice at all.
All right, I gotta ask, how many DNFs do you think we're gonna see tonight?
3 more, at least.
Fair enough. All right, next week we're headed to Spa. I have to know, how do you like Spa? What do you see in your future?
Wrecking again.
killing me. You're supposed to say, I got this. I'm going to do great at Spa.
I'll probably not practice again and wreck again, so that's what I expect.
That's what I just don't want to hear, sir. All right. Well, I hate to see the DNF here. It's just a very challenging track. We all knew this was a possibility as we headed into tonight, but I wish you a ton of luck at Spa next week.
Hopefully I don't wreck, but we'll see.
Enjoy that dinner.
See ya.
All right. All right, that was Hokie Fan. I mean, these are just back-to-back, you guys. Safety car, third one out, and it is only lap 11 of 25. Maddie says, I'll take some Chick-fil-A. What? And he says, confidence, Hokie. I know. At least he's going to enjoy some Chick-fil-A.
Well, we got 3 cars up here at the lead. You don't necessarily normally see. We got Shames in first after all those pit stops, Bloomy in second, and J-Beck in third. Shout out to Dion. I don't know how long that might last, but 4th place. Great job, Dion.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers just in the top 4 have gained at least 8 spots all the way to 12. So huge position gains for them. Hopefully it works out for them. Top 4 drivers also on the medium, Polish on the softs. Very interesting call. I'm not sure that I'm liking that. I don't know about you, RC, but that seems pretty tricky to do here.
The question is how much tires you got left. I mean, you only have a certain amount of tires that are new. So I'm wondering if he's going to take another pit stop and put on some old mediums again and try to save those mediums up again. We'll see. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's Polish. Is there anything else I got to say?
He's always got a different strategy going on here, but he's been so consistent this season. Doing a fantastic job, and you know what we have not done? Take a look at those points. We have to take a look. The points. Ferrari Nut, no surprise here. 194 leading us in the point standings. Mayor of Bag City, 142 points, sitting P2. Kerr is in third. Polish Hammer out there, 127. So the battle between second and third is just definitely going on here and heating up. JC is going to round out the top 5 with 56. So a huge gap there. Very interesting. So quite the change for them. Jacob in 6th with 47. Justin with 35. Along with Z46. Skylin with 34 points, sitting P9. And a Hokie Fan who we just talked to, who DNF'd, running out the top 10 with 30.
Right now, the season isn't over to crown a champion. I think that's the most important thing, Frozen, is no matter really how you calculate it right now, it's still up for grabs. But you need to make the move now. If you're in that top 3, try to get every point possible.
Sober David sitting P9 currently. Also had Shames next to him, but take a look. I mean, he is in the lead. I'm hoping the best for him as we do have the safety car going in this lap. So as soon as we round out that corner, we're going to go back to green. And man, I am rooting you on, Shames. Let's get it going around this corner, and let's see how long you can lead here. Don't pull over. No. All right. Oh no, it's Shames. I feel like he had a bit of a slow start on purpose, trying to let these drivers by. I don't want to see that. Bloomy is going to come out in first. Polish Hammer in second. Polish, he's going to make a move for the lead. Bloomy goes back to second in a safety car. Is it true? 5 safety cars or virtual safety cars altogether. That is the max that you can see in a race.
I haven't tested it, but I got a good feeling that we're going to test it today.
This will be your 4th. So one more, and that will be your 5th. And from what I'm understanding, talking with the drivers, they were seeing that we might be able to reach that max. But from what they're saying, 5 is the max altogether that you can have a safety car or a virtual safety car. Maddie, I do not know what happened, but I can tell you, yeah, JC is out here and last, so I'm kind of curious if he was involved in that. Kerr Sitting P13 at the moment. Replays. I want those replays, RC.
Sorry, Electronic Arts cannot afford replays, Frozen. I'm sorry.
They can barely let us have a race without some kind of disconnect, unfortunately. All right, Polish leading us in the safety car, Bloomy in second, Slurp, who is making a heck of an appearance. You know, some of these drivers that come in, okay, Morg saying, yeah, it did not look good from JC's stream, which I was kind of figuring since he was back there a little bit, but Radley Bacon is our only penalty, but Slurp just having a fantastic run. And a lot of these drivers that come in for their first time, not shy at all, going out there, making some noise, and he is most definitely one. And I can't imagine having Vegas as my first run in a league.
It being a tight street circuit, I can very, very understand that. But look who's sitting there in P2, Frozen. Someone's coming up through the field, ain't he?
Sure is. He is a man on a mission, and he has been kind of quiet about it. He's kind of snuck up there, but he's done it really well. No penalties, no damage that I can tell from him yet. So slow and steady wins the race, and he has done a phenomenal job keeping it clean and making his way through traffic to get up here. But safety cars have definitely helped, and this is the fourth one. 14 of 25, and a lot of it has been ran under safety car, as we have 3 DNFs.
Have we hit our percentage mark yet?
Percentage for what?
What is it, 75%? Dakota incident from last year.
Oh, we have not hit 75, I would imagine.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're just over halfway. This guy's still under safety car. We have one driver lagging back there. That's going to be JC, so I'm hoping we can get this moving this time around. Safety car in, but I haven't seen them come across and say that yet. I think we'll have it said as we head around this corner if it's going to go in. No words, so I assume another lap will be made under safety car as Slurp is in the lead, Mayor in second. This is crazy. We've had a couple of races where it has been very challenging, and as a first time ran, yeah, very challenging track, very slippery. Braking is treacherous. I know people are saying that they are putting those brake bias up quite a bit, and it still doesn't matter. They're wrecking out. JC in the pits, probably trying to fix some of that damage there. Tires, okay.
Very, very groundbreaking for this track. I mean, it's our first go around. This is going to set the bar for any more times that this track is going to get set on the schedule, and it's just going to be wonderful to see if we break it in more throughout the upcoming games, and see how it evolves from this game to the next one and to the next one. So there's just more to it than just us racing here, because you also got the games improving and changing this up and that up. So this is our first race here, so we're breaking it in, but we'll see how race 2 at Las Vegas, race 3, race 4 goes, depending on how many times we put it on the schedule.
Agreed. 10 and 14. Shames and Kerr, the only ones on those soft tires. I'm kind of curious, out of the drivers who have ran the soft tire compound. Severe collision with Kerr.
Oh, that's going to take him to the pits.
JC just not having a great night, unfortunately.
Both flaps have been taken off by off that wing of that car, so there's no way I'd be trying to drive that car, let alone being going the speed that he's right now. So he's definitely gonna have to bring that down pit road.
Safety car coming in as we are getting ready to go back to racing, heading to lap 16 of 25, and an incident under safety car between JC and Kerr, and I'm not sure if Kerr had any
Gotta stay
damage from
behind
that.
him. That was very risky by Mayer. If he got beside of him at all, that would have been a penalty.
0.4 behind, so he's got a little bit of a gap between him and about the same between Mayer and Jacob. Z46 sitting currently P4. We'll see how these guys maneuver around, but Slurp will be under attack by Ferrari. I mean, he's just so incredibly fast here. We'll see if he can't keep it out here out front on his first race out here, but man, doing a great job. Bradley Bacon retired. Caution sector 1. We lose another driver. We'll see if he can't get back in. I don't know if that's even possible. J-Mac has left, and man, this race. RC, what is even happening?
That's another safety car. We are at 5.
All right. 5 here. If what the drivers were saying is correct, there will be no more safety cars. Whatever happens will be, unless we get a red flag.
So,
And I don't want to see it.
unfortunately, they don't implement this rule in the game. So, Mayer really has to be careful. He cannot, this is in the IRL rulebook of Formula One, you cannot start the side of the person in front of you. Luckily, Mayer did not do that. And if he did do that and got a jump on Slurp, Slurp can actually go in and file a protest to that race, to that start. So
wow.
Luckily he didn't do it, and luckily we won't be talking anymore about penalty of that nature.
Z46 headed into the pits. 3 drivers so far, Z46, Shames, and Justin, and now we have JC, who is still trying to get that damage repaired. Morg's keeping us up track here. Heard possible wing damage for Kerr, but not 100%. Yeah, you guys headed out to the track. I love it for you guys. Unfortunately, I can't make it. I will be on vacation. I know Sky asked me, but you guys will all have a blast. Slurp, getting under a pace car. I'm just really curious. Let me hear in chat what you guys think. Is the limit 5 for the safety car and virtual safety car? What do you think? It's going to make things interesting if this is the only one, the last one that we'll see. Morgs, you guys will have to send pictures in Discord. I have to see the fun. You guys will have to have a drink for me. All right, if Mayer is going to pass Slurp, RC, when do you think it's going to happen? How many green laps? Or will he not be able to?
Well, first of all, I don't even know what in the world happened there. J-Mac Polish and Bloomier, I don't think they hit. Or did J-Mac's AI take over? I don't know, but there was some weird dead stoppage right there going into that one turn. But he's going to have to try to get him in turn 1. I think that's where it's going to be, because you only got 2 laps, or you have to run 2 laps until DRS is re-enabled. So I say get him now instead of later. So I would say you're going to have to time his jump really well. Don't pass him until the line, but make sure that you get him in turn 1 if you want to pass him now.
Yeah, I agree. If you're gonna do it, you have to do it quickly. Which is hard because you have to be aggressive, and that's scary. It's a fine line to maneuver around. As far as this track goes, it's just so extremely difficult to do it cleanly and within the narrow track. Oh, man. Very, very tough, but we'll see if he can make it happen. And Morg says, we have 8 laps left, so let's hope they finish strong. Let's hope, because it's been a crazy race full of safety cars. And I'm glad you're a photo-taking person. So I want to see him. see all the pictures, but yeah, you guys will have a blast. Slurp, can you imagine? He comes out here the first time. Can you imagine if he gets a win? Wild. I'm hoping we can go green this time around. We still have Leaf Justin a little off from the field. It looks like he should be catching up quite quickly. You can see the sphere to the left, and I want to see that smiley face. So far, we cannot. 49er, thank you so much for the sub. 63 months. That's just absolutely crazy to me. I hope you're doing well. I've been thinking about you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the biddies, 49er. I appreciate it. It's crazy. 49er, we've had 5 safety cars. Lap 18 of 25. There is not much of this race left to go. Slurp, first time in racing in this league, and it is tonight at Vegas. How about that? What a track to start, and he is leading the field. Mayor of Bag City is right behind, and then of course you got Ferrari Nut, who's in 4th as we go back to green.
The good news of this race so far has been the winner has been Mayor to this point. It's been the losers of Williams. They've really hurt themselves in this race, Frozen, fall back to 6th and 11th.
Very interesting. Here these guys go. We are green once again. 49er, I'm so glad you're getting better. Thank you for the biddies. That's awesome. All right, we got to keep an eye on these drivers. Polish is going to move up a spot. J-Mac moves up a spot. How about our leaders, though? Slurp is still in the lead. He's got Mayor behind him, and we have a couple of drivers taking a peek out here, seeing if he can't make a move, and that is going to be Ferrari Nut. He's going to have a nose out. Man, what a move there. Polish Hammer is going to follow right behind. Jacob is going to lose 2 spots on that move.
I don't know if we got J-Mac back or not, but I think that should be a penalty if I saw that correctly. I'd have to go back and I have to look at the footage back, especially over
back
on David's side. He's not.
No.
So the AI is going to be excused of this one, as it's Bloomy saying hello. I'm spinning over here.
Still off and moving, just a caution. We're definitely testing the limits of these safety cars. Polish is going to move up a spot. Radley Bacon left the session. That's 4 drivers out at the moment.
3 wide in the back.
I saw that sneaking up back there. Shames is going to move up a spot past J-Max AI here. Teammates David and Shames directly next to each other for Haas. Polish Hammer, no fastest time, 1:35.6. He currently sits P3. He's got a hungry Ferrari Nut directly behind him, though. He's going to be under attack very, very shortly. Slurp doing a fantastic job holding on to this lead. He's going to have to defend it as Mayor is trying to close that gap. See if he can't take over that lead.
Car horse race right here, Frozen, for the first spot here. These guys are definitely going to try to get away from the rest of the pack. And the only problem with the first 2 drivers is they are on older tires compared to the 2 behind them. So we'll see how long that holds up. 46 has made his way back up to 5th, so they've really flipped the script on us here. So another good day for Williams, but they gotta have to finish this out.
Yeah, a great day, but we still have some laps left, and with how this is going, anything can happen at any time. But man, oh man, these top 4 or 5 drivers, just phenomenal job. But 4 are right on top of each other. Kerr is going to make a pass from Jacob. That's going to be for P6. See these guys right on top of each other. Very close. JC is going to make a move over. Oh no, it's Shames. That's going to be 9th. And these guys are still going back and forth. Mayor of Bag City, 135.3. Z is going to answer in 134.7. Man, what a huge difference there in time.
DRS enabled.
Here we go. Things are going to start to get very interesting. 21 of 25. If you're going to make something happen, you have to do it soon.
Quick shout out to the Haas crew. They're right now sitting with 4 points in constructors here on this race.
Yeah, they're doing great, both teammates. So Vegas is looking great on these two, David and Shames. Great job for them. And also, as you said, William sitting 3rd and 5th, and Bloomy 3-second time penalty for that corner cutting. Not a lot of places to corner cut, but it is easy to corner cut where they are.
Those sweeping turns are having their effect on the drivers, and those pass for the lead.
Pass for the lead. Mayor of Bag City takes it over from Slurp. Caution sector 2. Yeah, no safety car.
Again.
Lumi and Dion back here. I'm kind of curious if we're seeing the effects of no safety car with the 5 limit.
Either it's the 5 limit or it's they just got it back together.
Yeah,
in
that's
time.
what I'm curious. Which one is it? Is it a limit of 5, or is it just that it wasn't bad enough? Oh, Mayor almost spins it going into the corner. Slurp overtakes that lead once again.
Polish. He's going to get down the back stretch.
Side by side, here we go.
There's like 5 of them.
Ferrari Nut goes into 2nd from 4th. Great move by him. Really, really wanting these positions, Polish. He is aggressive. He knows when to make those moves. He's side by side with Mayer. He's on the outside, which is going to be a little hard, but Mayer is going to fall back to 4th. Polish up to 3rd. You can see Polish all over that wheel, trying to hold on to it as he is so loose coming off exit.
Hey, 1st through 4th, get ready, because here comes 46, our pulse hitter. He's now in this race.
Yeah, he is right on the tail end of this, but I don't think it's going to be for much longer, as he is going to try to take over Mayor of Bag City for that 4th spot. Slurp still holding on to that. As soon as I say that, Slurp gets passed by Ferrari Nut. He is going to take the lead.
46 trying to make the pass. Not going to do it this time.
Action all over the place. Lap 22 of 25. We have a couple of drivers just falling back. See J-Mac attack his AI. We saw him back online. I'm kind of curious.
Now, the bad news for Ferrari is... Okay, thank you. Weather, classic.
12
Ferrari,
lap
that's
old
going to have an
tires.
issue coming down this straightaway.
It'll be a nice right-hander up here. He's got Slurp directly on him. If he makes any type of mistake, Slurp can absolutely take full advantage of that. So he's going to have to keep it very, very clean. We've already seen him get loose here. Slurp trying to test the boundaries, goes out of bounds right there. That's going to be a warning, no doubt, for him.
46 needs to get around Mayer if he wants to try to compete against his teammate for 3rd.
Z46 looks like, I feel from him that he's had so many great runs, but at the end of the race, towards that, it just gets very challenging for him. Something always happens, and it's usually not the finish that he wants. And Travis Jack says 2 races, 2 DNFs. So unfortunate to see.
1st place.
Ferrari Nut, Slurp battling it out for the lead. Slurp is in 1st, Ferrari Nut in 2nd, switching back and forth between these two. Lap 23 of 25, this race is quickly coming to an end as we are about to hit 24, just 2 to go. Slurp is under attack by Ferrari Nut. Will he be able to make the move?
Oh,
And
contact! Or at least on my
Man.
screen.
Slurp takes it super wide. I don't know if Ferrari slowed down from the contact there, but Slurp 0.2 out ahead. Polish, you can see him about 0.6. And Ferrari Nut is going to make the move once again for the lead. These two just changing positions for the win out here. How about this? What a
Brings the
race.
Williams machines up to this battle for first place.
Yeah.
And Mayer is still hanging on there as he got dropped down to 5th, but he's hanging on to this group.
Two-man tango for the lead, but take a look. We have 5 drivers that can change this at any moment. Just so incredibly close. Heading into
Things are
Sector
about to
2,
get
Polish!
hairy.
5-second penalty for
penalty.
corner cutting. Man,
He was not going to make that
No.
corner frozen. There was no way he was going to break in time, so
That
he
was
had to
so
take
risky.
the runoff.
so incredibly risky, and that is going to give him a 5-second penalty. It's going to cost him a lot of
Bye,
spots.
boys.
Yeah. Ferrari to the lead, Slurp in second, Z46 to third, Mayor of Bag City sitting P4 currently, but man, this battle up here in the top 5 is just insane.
Polish will keep 5th place as long as he keeps a good lead over David, but which is unfortunate for him. But contact, but Slurp keeps it under control as we go into turn 2.
Jack, we were talking
Great.
about the first couple of races in the tracks that you guys came in. Vegas is a tough track, and I think you have done absolutely amazing. Just so incredibly difficult. Slurp almost into the rear of Ferrari Nut. Very, very close. And take a look at how tight these guys are. You make a single mistake, and it is over.
Can't get it done. Not there.
Man, this is the final lap, and these guys are going to be aggressive, and they are all over each other. You could cover them with a blanket. I'm saying it. I have to with these guys. It is so incredibly close, but Ferrari Nut, if these guys are going to battle it out, that is just going to allow him to get away, and it's already
As for
just under
Ferrari,
half
he got
a second.
little loose. Fishtailed coming out of the corner.
Awesome, about 2/10 right there. Will that be enough for Slurp to make a move? And
It's
these
way
guys
more
are going to
than
go
enough.
too wide. Slurp gets into the lead.
Here comes 46. He's going to capitalize.
Hopefully these guys will keep battling. Slurp wants it to happen, but no. Z46 gets by quickly
Mayer
and
coming
cleanly.
through.
Will Slurp get a win here in his first race? We're coming around the straight. He's got to keep these guys behind him and out of his draft. Here he goes around the corner. Slurp
First
wins.
race, First win.
Wow, how about that? Man, oh man, Slurp in first, Z46 in second. Mayor of Bag City going to round out the podium. Ferrari Nut is going to get fourth, Polish in fifth. After that 5-second penalty, Jacob in sixth, Sober David seventh, Leap Justin eighth, Kurd ninth, and JC going to round out the top 10. How about that? First race, and it's a win. And remember, guys,
That's
we didn't
how
even
you
see him
wanna
out
make
here
your
in
debut.
practice. We did not see him out here in practice, had no clue what kind of speed he had, and comes out here and just shows that he is absolutely prepared to come in and win here. Slurp, a huge congratulations to you. Like I said, your first race, and you come out here and you win it. Take us through Vegas. It is a challenging track. How did it go for you?
In qualifying, I messed up my lap and hit the wall, which kind of put me back in 7th, but beginning of the race was alright, gained a few spots, but then just safety car, that just kind of disrupted things, but in the end, I had DRS on the last lap, which pretty much guaranteed I was going to win.
All right, well,
But-
it is your first race with us. I saw you battling it out with several cars out here, just going back and forth for the lead. Now, I know some drivers are a little shy and don't want to push too many buttons on other drivers, but you seem to be pretty comfortable out here. How much have you raced this track or this game that has made you so comfortable to race for the win here?
I've raced in a couple other leagues with guys like Z and Polish. They're very good drivers, and I've just been able to gain experience from that and them, and I guess it helped tonight.
I would say so. It most certainly helped. It's great to have you out here. So, great job. And next week we are headed to Spa. How do you feel about that?
Spa is one of my favorite tracks. I don't think I'm that good there, but I do like driving it.
Right, fair enough. Well, congratulations. First race, first win, absolutely insane. And once we got those green flag laps, I mean, it's just so phenomenal as far as the racing goes. So congratulations, enjoy that win.
Yeah.
All right, RC, let's go ahead. Z46 for the interview.
C46, you set the first ever pole time in SnB for here at Las Vegas. It looks like you had some ups and downs. Just take me through the race. How'd it go? And what led you to getting second place finish?
The race was okay at the start. As you saw, I'm not the greatest with race starts, as we've seen for multiple weeks in a row now. I've lost multiple front rows on race starts, but I think it's getting better this week. I only lost one, so that's improvement. First lap, clipped the wall, lost some wing. Was unfortunate. That safety car kind of helped a little bit. Double stack behind the Polish, put Ferrari on the back foot a little bit. I didn't even notice that he was going to do that. Then we go green, and I was behind Mayer, and he was behind the McLaren, and I thought I was going to have braked early enough, and I didn't, which means I completely lost my wing. But thankfully, another safety car came out, so I threw the hards on, and then another safety car came out, and nothing really happened in that race. And then the final safety car came out, and the strategy call I made in qualifying paid off by going on the mediums first and saving that set of soft tires. As you saw, that fastest lap, I was really able to just power through the field. And if I didn't have that set of soft tires, I don't think I'd be in the top 5. So yeah, and then Slurp and Ferrari were right next to each other, and Ferrari doesn't have DRS, so he's kind of just screwed out of it there. So kind of feel bad for him, but racing's racing, I guess.
That Las Vegas trip can be very devastating or very helpful, and unfortunately for Ferrari, it was a little too devastating for him. He's kind of fishtailed out of it. If you saw that, what was your thought as soon as he did that?
Yeah, I saw him get a little bit loose under braking and onto the power, onto that back straight, and I'm like, well, looks like I'm probably getting second here. I mean, Slurp was so close to him, he was basically pushing him through the corner. I don't think he was actually pushing him through the corner, but it was close. And so, yeah, I put that in my mind. I figured that I could keep Mayer behind. I don't know, that ERS situation I was in was a little tricky. I almost used a little too much of it too early, but I was able to have enough, held on to second. Felt pretty good.
All coming up after this podium finish yet again. What do you got for Spa? How do you feel about it going into it?
I mean, like Slurp said, Spa's a really fun track. I mean, I think, podium's the goal every race for me. I mean, except for we've had a couple of unfortunate incidents in the Netherlands and in Canada and COTA, but hoping to get back on the podium for the second week in a row for the first time. So that's what the hope is for Spa.
Another great race from you. Great to see you on podium today. Good luck at Spa. Frozen, I think you got an interview with Mr. 18th to 3rd.
I know, driver of the day, Mayor of Bag City. 18th to 3rd, he secures himself a podium. 2 wins in this season. Man, you have to be so careful on how you race your way through the field. Take us through your race and how you got it done.
Yeah, quite a race, wasn't it? That was crazy out there. I don't really know how I lost the back end in qualifying. I didn't think I was over pushing it, but it just stepped out, couldn't save it. Walls are right there, so started in the back, took my time. It was fun. I made a crazy move, probably didn't catch it. I almost killed Chris and Dion at the same time, but threaded the needle through them down the first long straightaway on the first lap. So But I knew, I mean, we've been racing with these guys for a while. They know me, I know them. So as long as I'm communicating and I know where I can get them, I knew as long as I could avoid the chaos of the first 2 corners, that would be fine. And so I was able to pull that off, which made me feel pretty good. And then, yeah, safety car city. So I was just trying to have the right strategy, which I think I was able to pull off. And then I knew I'd be quick here. I knew I'd be fast in a straight line. I liked my time trial time. I liked my practice time. So I just, the safety cars kind of fell just enough my way. And then I just had to be smart and quick at the end. Really a bummer that Polish picked up that time penalty because he probably would have finished third or second today, or I don't know. He probably would have been in front of me because me and Slurp had a little bit older tires than like Z and Ferrari and Polish did. So I knew I'd be fighting, and I knew I just didn't want to be the leader on the last lap going down the main straight because of what happened. We all dumped all of our battery. We all had DRS, and that car was just going to be a sit and duck. Unfortunately, it was Ferrari, but I knew as soon as I was in fourth right there that the goal on the last straightaway was to get alongside of him. He moved pretty far to the left. I was able to shoot by and then just keep the tires underneath me. I knew I wasn't going to pass any of the cars directly in front of me because they were doing the same thing. I didn't get a great launch out of last corner. But yeah, I'm really happy with third. I was hoping I would be able to hold on to the podium when we did that last restart. Those medium tires are really screaming for grip on the back end, but it was fun. I saw some crazy stuff in the back too. Cars were flying everywhere. I had a front row seat for Jarrett, just about killing half the field. I saw cars going left and right, backwards, sideways, all that fun stuff. So it was a lot of fun from my point of view. And to come out from not getting even a lap in qualifying to on the podium is a great success. I'm really happy with that. And putting this Ferrari on the podium again, can never be mad about that.
Yeah, I mean, a great success, especially here at Vegas, where it is just so difficult, so slippery, and very narrow. So phenomenal run, 18th to 3rd. You did it cleanly. So very impressive.
Yeah,
No
only one
doubt you can get it done. Spa, I know these drivers are looking forward to it. How do you feel about that?
I like Spa. Spa's a classic. And also I want to say I'm really glad that we did Las Vegas. I think anybody who complained about it, they need to reevaluate their priorities. It's a new track, first time on the circuit. It was a no-brainer we're going to go here. People only complained because they'd never raced the track before. Crazy how the narrative started to change once we had actually spent some time practicing. So yeah, I was really disappointed in some of the people's attitude going into this race. We were always going to go here. Insulting Dion for picking this was just super disrespectful, and that really irritated me. So I'm glad we put on an awesome race. That was an awesome finish, awesome final 6 laps. Like, that was exactly where we went here, and it was awesome, and Spa's going to be a lot of the same. Spa's a classic. We're going to be passing each other. We'll be drafting off each other. We'll be building gaps. It's going to be another really fun race. People aren't going to complain because we've gone there forever, but Spa has its same issues and its same positives, just like every track does. So I'm really excited. It should be a fun race. I hope I get a podium, but dang, we keep getting faster and faster each week. Frozen, like adding Ferrari to start the year, Z quarter of the way through. My boy Slurp's now in here. This kid's fast too. It gets harder and harder every week, and I think that's fun. I think it's a blast, and it just makes sitting on the podium and talking to you so much more rewarding. So definitely tune in, anybody that's watching. Spa's going to be a really fun, engaging, and tight race again.
Absolutely. I mean, the fire has been lit under these drivers. So much competition, and it's just so fun to watch week in and week out. And I know you guys in chat agree, and thank you so much for tuning in. RC, it's been fun. Next week, we are headed to Spa, same time, same day. But man, what another great race tonight. What started off with a lot of safety cars, ended with a ton of action and switching for positions. And a new first-time winner who just started tonight. You can't get any better than that, RC.
Yeah, Las Vegas really brought all the hype to realization. For the first time we're gone here, it just delivered. I mean, I don't see why we can't go here again next year if it continues to be this action-packed. Safety cars, we could probably tone down the safety cars next season, but as long as we have the action that we did here in the last 6 or so laps, definitely need to return.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night.